Mr. Renacci, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing. I want to thank the members of the panel for their testimony. I would also like to thank Chairman Brady and Mr. Neal for their hard work on this issue and for working towards really a common sense solution to address the outdated and arbitrary formula. While WEP may impact every state, my state of Ohio has more than 120,000 people who will be subject to the windfall elimination provision, trailing only behind the significantly larger states of California and Texas. This is due to the state having multiple pension funds that predate Social Security and whose members do not have income that contributes to Social Security. Mr. Chairman, I ask unanimous consent that a letter from the Ohio Public Employees Retirement System in support of H.R. 711 be included for the record. In my 5 years representing Northeast Ohio, I've heard from countless constituents who have spent part of their career serving their community as public school teachers, police officers, firefighters, or state employees who have been impacted by the windfall elimination provision. Like many of my colleagues, the stories I hear from constituents have a real impact on their lives and their planned retirement. While efforts have been made both by the state and federal level to better educate individuals impacted by WEP, still many retirees do not realize that they will lose benefits due to WEP until their first benefit check. This was the unfortunate case of a constituent of mine named Thomas, who is currently retired in Medina, Ohio. Thomas worked many years starting as a teenager in a variety of jobs and paid into Social Security prior to joining the City of Cleveland Police Force, where he served the community for 27 years. Throughout his time working in public law enforcement, he also worked as a private contractor paying into Social Security, only to be told that he would receive reduced benefits due to WEP. I've also heard from Tina, who lives in Brunswick, Ohio, who spent more than 20 years working in a private sector before being hired by the Brunswick City School District in 2008. She is planning to retire in the next 5 to 7 years and is already preparing for an impact that the current WEP formula will have on her retirement. Under the President's proposal, we've heard the windfall elimination provision won't be fixed for 10 years. It's an awful long time when we have the data to fix it starting next year in order to provide a solution for individuals like Tina and Thomas. Mr. Lee, can you give me any reason why we should wait 10 years?
No, sir. I think that you set that up very well. Those are problems that need to be addressed now. We've recognized the arbitrary nature of the current windfall elimination provision formula. We know how to fix it today. We've had excellent testimony, and the work that you have done and many members of this committee have done have made it available to present a reasonable solution. I think now's the time to do it.
Thank you. Mr. Fichtner, often one of the reasons to wait when they implement a change is to give people time to plan. However, since we know the Social Security statements aren't accurate for those affected by WEP and GPO, how does this delay really help them?
The delay actually wouldn't help them. It just delays giving them proper information to make the proper planning they need to do. And the other point to follow up on Mr. Lee's point and yours as well is that if we delay making this change till 2027 instead of doing it in 2017, there are beneficiaries now who are being affected by the WEP that are getting a lower benefit than they would under the proportional amount. So we are basically delaying giving them the benefit they deserve. And again, justice delayed is just justice denied.
Thank you. This is a great opportunity where we can work together as a bipartisan group to get things accomplished. I agree that we need to work together. As a co-sponsor of H.R. 711, I again want to thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing and for working towards this common sense solution. I yield back.
Thank you, sir.